Okay, hello chaps. As usual, just start with a quick recap of game week 10, which was a red arrow for Team TSZ, unfortunately. If you just have a look at the biopsy of our team here. So Ray was 0 points. I mean, he got a clean sheet the week before, didn't he? So we didn't quite expect him to concede 5 to Newcastle, but they're on form at the moment. Cancelo is the big hero of the week, although unfortunately it's one of the highest owned players, so you always generally want that to be one of your differentials, but there we are. But 18 points, that's why you have him. Zaha with an assist, yeah, not great when Bowen's scoring, I suppose. Madison, okay, 1 point, but got 18 the week before. Trossard, new signing. I mean, we debated that heavily last week, and I mean, I think all the options we considered.
No, not true. I suggested Anthony.
Okay, yeah, fine. Yeah, you're right. He scored again, didn't he?
Yeah.
Although I still maintain we should have kept Martinelli, but that's done and
dusted. There we go.
Yeah. We got Andreas's points off the bench, which is nice.
We
I mean,
did.
A lot of people,
Andreas in for a nice 6 point.
Yeah. A lot of people, me included, in my personal team, didn't manage to get that. He was, lodged
as expected. Nico Williams was dropped for Aurier. Came off the bench, but only a point. Worrying going forward. Now we've got other irons in the fire that we need to put out quickly before we even think about getting out Nico Williams. So let's move on to those issues, shall we?
Yeah, just on that, actually, Aurier didn't impress me at all. So it remains to be seen whether he keeps his place. We'll see. But
I was only benching on that based on the fact that Forest didn't lose the game for a change. Now, I'm not suggesting Aston Villa are a decent team at the moment anyway, but they didn't lose the game.
One of the worst games I've seen that. But yes, I don't know. This game will be telling in terms of Nico Williams going into game week 12, which is when we really need him.
Yes.
So Captain Haaland, 12 points. It is what it is. So on to game week, whatever this is, 11.
11.
We've only got one free transfer. Okay, so little injury update. Everyone was waiting on REECE James and Mitrovic. So yeah, REECE James definitely out. It sounds quite serious. Could even miss the World Cup, which is obviously a massive blow to England. But I think he's going for a scan today, tomorrow, to find out the severity of it. But it's he's definitely out for the foreseeable future. And with game weeks coming thick and fast, we've got 3 in the next week.
Just probably sell.
He's got to go, isn't he? The other one was Mitrovic. Bit of a frustrating one from Marco Silva. Just said I think he trained for the first time today, which is Friday, and they will assess him before the game to see whether he's in the squad or not. So to me, it doesn't sound great. It sounds like he could be in the squad, maybe in the bench, but maybe he misses out again. But at least he's back in training, which should ensure that I think Fulham then play on Thursday, so they've got a good while then until their midweek game. I think they're one of the last games of game week 12. So you'd be hopeful of Mitrovic playing then. If we had 2 free transfers, I'd probably think get rid of James and Mitro, but we've only got one.
It's not a disaster. I'll step in here and say it's not a disaster because I'm looking at our bench and I'm seeing good starters. I'm seeing Johnny, who is a starter against Notts Forest at home. And I'm seeing Pereira, who could very easily do something against Bournemouth at home. So I'm not overly concerned about one transfer. In terms of value, James is going to plummet. So it's realistically got to be him that goes. And this is where we have a decision. We can either replace him with another good premium defender, maybe a Spurs defender, even though obviously they're not nailed. Like the wing-backs are continuously not nailed, which makes it difficult. We could get an Arsenal player in, or ultimately, we could go uber cheap, find the best 4.5 or something out there, like maybe a punt that we think has a good run of fixtures coming up, and then we can upgrade somewhere else down the line. Looking at players like Bowen, for example, coming down the line, we can create funds to get someone like him in.
Yeah, I think I'd probably favour the latter there because there isn't really any premium defenders that we don't own at the moment that are performing.
Other than Trent, and Trent's not performing. Yeah,
you wouldn't have Trent right now, would you? So I mean, Robertson's coming back, but Liverpool will just stay away
Liverpool
from them
just
right
can't
now.
keep a clean sheet, can they? They can't keep a clean sheet, and they've had this before. Liverpool were always been a streaky defensive team under Klopp. They go, because I know this from FPL experience. They go like 10 games without keeping a clean sheet, and then all of a sudden they keep about 10 on the bounce. It's really weird. Like they've done that a couple of times.
Just a confidence team, always have been under Klopp, but I just on the value thing there. I mean, Mitrovic has already dropped twice. Dropped last night again. We've missed the boat with that if we're going to sell him. So So okay, selling James.
Let's go into the defenders then. Let's have a look and if we go into defenders and see who's been scoring well and the prices that they're at and whether they do well.
You mentioned Arsenal there, but of course we've got them blanking in midweek. So we're already. So we've got Cancelo, De Bruyne, Haaland are definitely going to miss out. We've got Neco Williams who might, and we've got Mitrovic who might. So I think you wouldn't be bringing in Arsenal. So I don't know. Is it a Brighton defender? Is it someone like Dunk? Is it someone that boring?
I wouldn't pick a Brighton defender based on the fact that their chances of clean sheets are going to be slim under this new coach. Adam, what do you think?
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I wouldn't go Brighton defenders.
Yeah. As soon as I said that, I regret it.
It's all right.
Doubling up on Newcastle, maybe. I mean, they're looking good, but they are still conceding. They're scoring a lot, but seem to be conceding one goal.
Trippier's good because Trippier's been a great asset because he's getting assists as well. Yeah. So I agree on that. And plus, they've got a lot of centre backs. Newcastle, I think, like they've got like Shaw and Byrne and Botman, and I think they've got others. I'm not sure whether they have all nailed players, basically. Could it be worth looking at Chelsea, maybe?
Chelsea
Cucurella or Chilwell or someone. I'm just thinking someone along those lines.
Well, who will come in for James?
Loftus-Cheek could play right wing back. Azpilicueta, obviously.
Azpilicueta's been rubbish this season, though.
Yeah, that's the problem. He has. Tuchel has played Loftus-Cheek on the right before, which is very strange, but he has done so.
And he often does weird things like playing Sterling as left wing. I mean, he's not like Tuchel, is he? He likes to play as attacking players. Back there, so for me it would probably be a centre back. Or it's difficult with left because you've got Chilwell and Cucurella,
who players, haven't you? Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, Cucurella was benched midweek, so you'd think he'd play, but then will he play in game week 12, which is when we really need him? It's tough to probably go for a centre back like Koulibaly.
He's probably going to rotate again, isn't he, with midweek games, isn't he? We really need someone nailed.
Yeah,
having a look at teams down. If you can just scroll down to the fixtures, I just want to have a look at all the teams. As weird as this sounds, I just want to have a look at all the teams in the Premier League. It might give me ideas in terms of teams and then players just crop up in your brain.
I'd say the team with the best next few fixtures for clean sheets is Fulham. But then who do you pick?
The problem is Fulham aren't clean sheet specialists.
Yeah.
I can barely even name a Fulham defender that plays.
Anthony Robinson. He's the only one to play for that. It's a tough one. I see why you've mentioned Brighton. Obviously, Wolves were very strong defensively, under Bruno Lage, but now he's gone, and they're trying to. They don't even have a new manager in yet. I've heard rumours this morning of Nuno potentially coming back. That might be absolute garbage, but if Nuno is coming back, all of a sudden, I'd have no problem whatsoever hopping on Wolves defenders because he was a very defensive manager first.
Yeah, so they play Forest this week. It's really the next two fixtures, isn't it? So Forest and then
Palace away. Okay.
I mean, we're not. Let me just check this one. Okay,
why not go for the team with the best defensive league and get one of Tarkowski or Kodian?
Everton. Yeah.
It's Everton. That's why.
No, but I know you hate Everton, but they have been good defensively.
They've got Spurs away. They're not keeping a clean sheet away to Spurs.
No, they don't. But I don't think we have to play in this game though because we've got good subs.
Even the week after, they've got Newcastle away. I know they've got a fairly decent record there, but Newcastle away. Who have they got in game week 13?
It's the Palace at home.
Palace. Oh, that's a bit better. Wolves have got Leicester at home. Was that Leicester at home? I think it was. We
need an actual replacement for James, don't we? It's like we're playing it just for this week. We need someone who we want to actually have for a while.
For a while, exactly. So,
but what I'm thinking is that probably if we do go cheaper, then we've got money then to do probably Trossard to Bowen, as you say.
Yeah.
In the future, I think we want to we want to bump up that midfield a bit. That's where all the points are at the moment.
Okay. I'd like to put Ben Mee forward then as a cheaper option.
I've heard worse suggestions than Ben Mee.
Right.
Always been a solid option. It is a difficult one. I'm trying to think of, your wing backs that are flying forward, and it's difficult to suggest decent fixture, not the worst fixtures, not the best either, to be fair.
I reckon we can get 2 or 3 clean sheets from the next 5, maybe a header.
Yeah, he's due a goal.
Yeah, he is.
I think he plays Chelsea next week in Game 12. That's the annoying thing.
Crystal Palace defenders are a difficult team. They've got such good attacking options.
Yes, that's not a bad shout actually.
They've got such good defensively. They are normally strong at Selhurst. I know they conceded a goal in their last game against Leeds, but they are normally fairly decent defensively. Palace, and they've got a good run of games coming up. They're very good run of games, or it's started. So maybe if we were to hop on someone like a Tyreek Mitchell or a Gay,
Gay 4.3, a great budget enabler. What I like about this then, so he plays Leicester this week. I'd probably just play Johnny instead of him.
Yeah, I would as well.
But then they've got Wolves who've scored 3 goals all season in Game Week 12. So
they've got Everton, haven't they? After that, Everton away, and they have a very good record at Goodison Park. I know they lost their last season in that game, but
they've got a great run of fixtures. Yeah,
I'm happy with that. I've got Guaita in my own team for that reason.
Yeah, I think that's the winner actually.
Speaking of Guaita, he wouldn't even be in my Palace starting 11. Sam Johnson's a better keeper in my opinion, but that's a discussion for another day. That's not a FPL issue.
That's for when you're a Palace manager.
That's for when you're a Palace manager. Yes, I'm not Patrick. They're good fixtures, very good fixtures. They do need to. What are their clean sheet? I don't think their clean sheet record's great at the moment, but like you say, they have had tough fixtures.
Yeah, they're not really conceding a lot, but there's a lot of 1-1s, I think, or lots of draws.
Ones. You're looking at them now: 1-1, 2-1, 1-2, 3-1. Yeah. So if they could just cut the 1 goal out, turn it into the clean sheets, they're there. And who's good from an aerial perspective? Guay is cheaper than Anderson. Anderson probably a bit better in the air.
I remember Gehi scored a couple of goals last season, didn't he? 1 or 2.
I think he did. I think he scored.
Right. Okay. I'll check now. Anderson scored 1 this season, 4 assists last season. Gehi 2. Yeah, you're right. 2 last season. He's played every game. No, he hasn't.
He's nailed. Yeah, he has.
Nailed. Yeah, he's nailed, and I think we need all the money we can get. So
I would have a quick look at Wolves' assets then, just before we settle on that. I'm happy to stick him in as a front runner to go for that replacement. I just want to have a quick look at Wolves' assets if there's anyone there. We've got Johnny, obviously, Kilman's high scorer. For Ait Nori's 4.3. I don't know if he's playing regularly. No. He's rotation risk. Okay. Has Semedo been playing out? He's 5 million anyway. Forget that. Nathan Collins is still suspended, which is annoying. Yeah, I think Gray is better than, especially if Collins is still suspended. I don't know if he's back in the future.
I think
unless there's anyone, Bournemouth have been doing well defensively recently.
They have.
I just can't see that carrying on. It's a strange one. Bournemouth are a difficult one, aren't they? To like they're just not a good team on paper, but they're clearly they're clearly well set up as a team, if that makes sense. Like they're greater than the sum of their parts.
Yeah, I think they're having some sort of like caretaker manager bounce at the moment.
Yeah.
Like since they lost 9-0 to Liverpool, they're unbeaten. So,
yeah.
I don't see it lasting.
I'm happy for Guay. I am 4.3. We save a lot of money off that. That's a big money game. And then that's 2.5. We'll have enough for Bowen.
Could we do Bowen this week?
What, for a hit, you mean?
What's his fixture for a hit?
They've got. I just did the preview. Who is it?
United away. That's
Southampton away.
It's a difficult one. Southampton, totally unpredictable. Absolute nightmare. Southampton.
Who are you getting rid of Zaha for him? Is that what you're doing? Or Trossard?
It's a good question. I don't know who we're going to get rid of yet. It'll probably depend on performance outlet. Someone could get injured.
It would be Trossard, I think, at the end of the day, if we did, because of Palace's fixtures.
Will we be able to afford that next week?
Yes, we can. Yeah.
Bowen's like 8.6, is he 8.7, something like that?
Oh, is he? I thought he was cheaper than that.
He might be
8.2,
cheaper.
yeah.
8.2. There you go. We got enough for comfortably, haven't we?
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
we'd have him
we've
and
got
then
enough
money
of
in the bank. We'd have money in
that.
the or alternately, we can, if we don't want Bowen, we can look at another striker, like a higher price striker. We could upgrade Mitrovic to say a Jesus.
Well, I mean, I
like
think
in the future, not immediately, obviously, because Arsenal are playing soon. But I'm just, if you look at strikers like higher up price strikers like Darwin Núñez, you know, someone like him, I think might be a great differential option.
Firmino at the moment can't stop scoring.
Scamacca's another one. Scamacca, we mentioned him last week. He found the net. He played. He scored.
Yeah, he was the one, wasn't he? But
Adam Cole, that's another one for Adam. Another tick for him. If only we listened to him.
Yeah, but I said Wilson really, so I won't claim that fully.
And did Antonio get injured on Thursday? I've seen that he's
ill. He missed out with illness, and he's a doubt for the weekend. But
I'm just looking at the strikers. You see Firmino and Darwin, and I just think we could do. Could we afford to go Mitrovic to Darwin? Genuinely, not now. Again, I'm saying again, not. But have a look at Darwin's price. I only say Darwin because I feel like he's more nailed than Firmino. I don't know why I think that, but
8.8. I mean, yeah, we could.
We could.
But then, yeah, I don't know. I know Diaz getting injured actually gives us less options, but it's still like the fact that Firmino is on such good form. I mean, how is he going to?
What's Darwin's minutes been like in the Prem? He scored his last 2 games now, hasn't he?
No,
he's not scored his last. Yeah, he has. He scored his last 2 games: Arsenal away and Rangers away.
Overall, yeah.
Have a look at his fixtures really quickly, if you can, please. I just want to see his fixtures up to 16. Decent fixtures then after Man City, very decent. Forest away, Leeds at home, Southampton at home, all before the cut-off. I'm just thinking differential here. I'm thinking differential. I'm not sure what Bowen. I'm struggling because De Zerbi is an attacking manager. Trossard has just got a hat-trick against Liverpool. Now I know it's the horse bolted and everything, but I feel like I'm worried. I don't want to write Trossard off straight away, if that makes sense.
No, I wouldn't say we do another transfer this week. I mean next week as well. We probably will want to do De Bruyne to either Son or Salah for a captain, won't we?
I'm just worried about Mitrovic continuously dropping in price, and then we're gonna not be able to afford players, which is my only worry. Like if you're looking at Darwin there, Darwin's 2.1 million higher than Mitrovic. So if Mitrovic keeps dropping, we might be in a buffer
of 0.4 there.
You've got a decent buffer.
You're not going to drop. He's dropped twice already. Generally, let's see what happens to the next one. I mean, he's only shot 22%.
Okay. I think that's good. I think that's good then. I think that's good. My only worry is now at this point is who on earth are we going to get next week? With obviously next week we've got Son or Salah. The old Son or Salah debate will probably be rife.
Well, I mean, I was heavily leaning towards Son, to be honest. But then that hat trick against I know it's Rangers, but that could do the world of good to your confidence.
It's just frustrating. He's just not. I don't know. Look, you two watch Liverpool more than me. I keep saying that every call. I feel like you two watch Liverpool more than me. You should know this is someone who owns Salah in his personal team here, and he just does nothing. He doesn't look threatening at any point, at any time. He's playing isolated out wide. It's frustrating.
Yeah. He played central against Rangers though when he came on. So I mean, who knows? It's City next, so that's a bit of a random one.
That's not a bad one for Salah. I'm happy to own him. He could have a shocker, or he could be brilliant. He could get a brace. He got a brace last time against City, didn't he? So
yeah, let's see. But we'll have another game to decide that. We'll see Son again. We'll see Salah again, because it's all about the captain next week. I mean, it's going to hinge on that, the success of the game week.
Who's Madison? I was going to say who's like Madison got in game week. I'm thinking of captaincy options here. Let's have a look at that game week 12. We've got Newcastle Everton at home, Leicester Leeds at home, Thursday kickoff as well. We love a good Thursday 8:15 kickoff.
It's nice to have a horse in that, but would you captain someone like James Maddison? So inconsistent.
At home to Leeds, I'd certainly at least consider it. Absolutely, I'd consider it.
Yeah.
If Erling Haaland wasn't doing ridiculous 2 weeks ago, people would have considered captaining, like loads would have considered captaining Maddison. Like if Erling Haaland wasn't at Man City 2 weeks ago, Maddison would have been really decently captained, I reckon, against Forest.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. Okay. Well, that's next week's issue, isn't it? I say next week, Monday or Tuesday. We'll be discussing this again. So
yeah,
we'll have a bit more
flesh
knowledge,
on the
knowledge then to go on, and we'll know a bit more about Neco Williams, and we'll get a good look at Gay. He's good.
Good luck. Sorry, but none of us are going to be spending our time looking at Gay. We're going to judge whether Palace have kept a clean sheet or not and go with that.
Yeah, got a double Palace there, I just noticed. And then Trossard, we've only given him 1 week so far, so
let's see him against another middling team. Brentford away next for them, isn't it? That's a better fixture. Let's see him against Brentford away, who are normally quite attacking and can leave themselves exposed defensively. They've conceded a fair few goals recently. So let's see Trossard against the Brentford and see how he gets on there.
Okay. So I'm taking Gay out and putting Johnny in.
And now we have a choice here. Do we think Mitrovic or Pereira? Because if Mitrovic is training, I'd be fairly confident he'll at least be on the bench if he's training.
Yeah.
At least on the bench, which means we either go for him if we only need to go for him if we think he's going to start. Because if he comes off the bench, you got that horrible one, the option of a potential horrible 1-pointer. I don't know what you two think, whether you're willing to take that gamble.
I think it'd be really annoying if we choose to keep him and then we bench him and then he does well. Yeah. Like we've made the right decision but executed it wrongly. That would be very frustrating.
Okay.
Also, we got bench points last week from Pereira. So naturally what you would normally do is swap him in and you get 1 point this week. So I think just stay the same.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think I give Mitrovic to go and hopefully he plays or he's either in the 11 or he's not at all, which is what happened last week, and we might get Pereira again. I think we just stick to a winning formula. Okay. Right, Haaland captain.
Liverpool, your Liverpool fans, tell me, is he going to smash it against Liverpool or not?
I feel like you say this as if objectively we're going to. I think it would be better.
You're a shambles defensively.
Yeah, but I think you're less. Yeah, but you're less biased, Alex. So I think you should.
Yeah, if anything, we are more.
Well, as someone that's not captained Haaland through any 3 of his 17+ point hauls since the start of the season, yes, I probably would captain. And since we don't have someone like Salah, who would. I don't know. Yeah, I probably would. I don't know. To be fair, there aren't many options. I like Tony against Brighton. I like Maddison against. Oh, I don't want
Palace. Yeah. No. I just stick it. He scored last week.
I've been burnt too many times by that Norwegian beast. So let's not. I don't want it to ruin Team TSZ as well. So
Palace at home does feel like a James Maddison fixture, but I wouldn't want to be the one to call that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Haaland guaranteed to get some return, isn't he? Like it seems certain. He hasn't blanked in any game this season.
That's a good point. It's incredible, really. It's that ironically as well. Last weekend, I'm going off the tangent, but I so nearly captained De Bruyne last weekend because I'm like I've lost so many points because I've lost so many hours because of Haaland, so many red hours. Like I'm going to captain De Bruyne. I bottled it and went Haaland. Both of them got 6 points. And then there's Cancelo with 18. Cancelo with 18. I'm thinking, oh my goodness gracious me. I'd have made all my points back if I captained him. Never mind.
I know. Well, I captained Cancelo a few weeks ago and
he did. And it paid off, didn't it? You did really
well. It didn't in the end because Haaland still got more than him, but he did score in that game and kept a clean sheet.
Crazy that.
Still wasn't enough.
Absolutely crazy.
But
we'll stick with Haaland.
We're all set then. Let's kick on. Well, I think we're sort of up and down at the moment. Red arrow, green arrow, red arrow, green arrow, red arrow. So follow that pattern with, in Alex's words, with due a green arrow. So
I've got my game week 12 is the one. I don't think there's going to be much movement anywhere this week. But if we get to game week 12, we've got an opportunity and we need to go like rogue with captaincies and things like that. We need to take advantage there because that's a real opportunity for a big green arrow.
Yeah. All right. Okay. We'll leave it there then.
Excellent. Right.
Okay.
Fingers crossed for another good weekend.
Yeah. Cheers, guys.
Thanks,
Deadline
everyone.
tonight, don't forget.
Deadline tonight, yeah.
Good shout. 6:30, isn't it?
6:30, yeah.
6:30 deadline, people. Don't forget. We've got all your team news and everything, which hopefully you'll be looking at after this.
Working on as we speak. So I'll go back to that now.
I mean, I purposefully don't tell my family that the deadline is on Friday to try and catch them out, but I'm happy to tell.
Need all the help you can get.
I definitely do, yeah.
It means they don't watch this video.
Well, they might do. So I might just cut the end off.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, but cool. Well, anyway,
on that note, good luck, everyone. Take care.
Yeah.